What's good, everyone? This is Marcus Dafingaz, D-A-F-I-N-G-A-Z, back with another video for the Sampleist. In this video, we're going to talk all about the Deus Ex Machina plugin from Cinematic Alpha. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video and to this channel, the Sampleist, on YouTube here. And although the library was provided by the great team over at Cinematic Alpha, they have not had a chance to review this video, and that will not affect our decision on the plugin itself. So what is Deus Ex Machina, or Deus Ex Machina? I'm probably saying it all wrong. This is a plugin that is prime for composing music for video games and film. It is crafted using the rhythmatic plasmonic synthesis processing. It also uses the Deus audio post-processing. It does not use third-party samples to create sounds that sound like strings and pianos and plucks. You have over 100 sound sources, 120 sound sources to be exact, including slow pads, soundscapes, and plucks. You have 176 combinations. You have the Energize engine, which includes the Sound Destroyer. You have 2 individual groups, 2 oscillators, 2 filter envelopes, 70 multis, over 7,000 NCW files, up to 3 levels of velocity, and it does require the full version of Kontakt 6 or higher. It is not compatible with the Kontakt player. And at the time of this recording, you can purchase Deus Ex Machina for the low price of $149.90. So just under $150 to purchase this great plugin. So let's get into it. You see the UI here. I like the black and white interface. You have a lot of options here. You have 2 different sources that you can load up. You have the Energize option. You have the same options on both sources. You have the Energize engine, which allows the sync filter to be customized depending on your host tempo. So you can adjust that here with the host tempo. You can adjust the type of waveform that is aligned with the Energize option. Of course, you have the different sound sources here that you can choose from on both Area 1 and Area 2, and you can layer those and mix those together. You have your volume and pan option. You have different filter behaviors and filter modes. You have your ADSR for the filter behavior here, and then you also have different filter modes down here at the bottom. And below that, you have your ADSR, your envelope, your attack, decay, sustain, release. And when you adjust that, you see that the graphic change if I drag up and down. And if I drag up and down for decay also, you see that that changes. And then if I drag up and down for sustain and for release. So you have the animated graphics there. And in the middle here is the Sound Destroyer. So if I move my mod wheel, I can adjust how much the sound is being destroyed there. And what I can also do is click on the cube to add distortion. So I'm going to play this sound here, this Hans Vibe sound. Bring the mod wheel up. And I'm going to play the sound again and click on the cube. So if you can tell, as I click the cube, the sound gets destroyed a little bit. Let's adjust some of the ADSR here. So with the attack, with no attack, it plays right when I hit the note. With the all the way up with attack, it'll fade in. And with decay, sustain, and release. So you can adjust all those parameters to taste, and of course you can adjust the different layers, Area 1 and Area 2, the different areas here, and how those affect the sound, including their individual filter behaviors. And we also have an effects ARP right here. The effects button will allow you to access the effects functions, which include a delay, a crush, a phaser, an EQ, a rotator, a chorus, a spooky, which allows some sort of talk modulation filter effects. And then you also have the reverb. Let me play the arpeggiator down here. So I have the arpeggiator latched. I'm going to turn the arpeggiator on. We're going to change the rate to 8th note. Turn it up. So you can build some great, let me turn the latch off. With latch on, it'll latch when you let go of the keys. With latch off, when I play the note, and when I let go, the ARP will stop. And you can adjust between as played, up and down, random, or chord. You can adjust the different rate, octave, the duration, the steps. Let's turn the arpeggiator off. You have the reverb settings here, so if we turn this off, You hear the delay going on. I'm going to turn that off. And then you have a really dry sound. We can adjust the bit crush. That was really loud. Hopefully it didn't blow your ears away. We have a phaser. Just kind of cool. You have an EQ here. Then we have rotator. We have chorus, which was already on, but we'll turn it up. And then we have spooky. Again, that'll allow you some of that talking sort of noise. So you have all those options there. Let's go back. And it's really not a lot more to do with the plugin. You have 2 pages, a lot of functionality within those 2 pages there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mute the microphone and I'm going to play through just some of the sounds that you can access, including the multis and the instruments from Deus Ex Machina. Here we go. So that is a playthrough of just some of the mini samples in there. I actually found some things that I didn't realize that were in there, such as those ARPs and those loops, the multis. I really like some of those multis there. I like that. There was that staccato string multi that I really like. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump over to a demo that I created featuring Deus Ex Machina from Cinematic Alpha. Here we go. So that is the demo. You only heard sort of the second third of it, if that makes sense, the second third, because the first part is basically what you've heard, just looped again. So I started with, I'm going to just play the part that I started with. We're going to start right here with this dim miscellaneous portion playing. So I really like that metallic sound. It sounds like a mallet, but also sounds like it's mixed with like keys, like a piano almost. And that was playing that sort of melody in C minor. And then sort of the second part of that, I have this going on with the distortion. So that's one idea there, and then I have below that this happening. This is like a I'm playing the low end, so it's almost like a bass pad. So that's happening there, and then I have that coming in also during this next part here. During the next part, I have another idea going on. We're going to start with the pads up here. So I really like the fullness of those pads. These are going to be great for Act 1 of trailer music tracks that I work on. And then I have another multi that comes in under that during the second part. And I have a break there before we get to the main part, which I started this part when I created this track. I started with this idea because I knew I wanted to use the glitched spiccatos once I found that in the walkthrough, and this is what that's doing. And then I have a drum loop under that. And that is the track. So that is Deus Ex Machina by Cinematic Alpha, an incredible tool for composing music for video games, for film. As you heard, what I ended up creating was more of like a hip-hop cinematic track, so really great for that. You are getting over 70 multis, over 7,000 files, over 120 sound sources, 176 combinations. It does require the full version of Contact, and again, the price is $149.90 at the time of this recording. A great library, I would say. Overall, I enjoy what I'm seeing here. What I really would like to see, you know what I'm about to say if you've seen my past reviews here on the Sampleist, is I would like to see a dice or a die somewhere on the UI here where I can click it and it will randomize the sounds, it'll randomize the energize settings, it'll randomize volume and pan, it'll randomize the filters, it'll randomize the ADSR, and maybe even randomize the cube here in the sound destroyer function. But if I could have a dice or die here where I could just randomize all the parameters and just dial in some random sounds, that would be great for my personal taste. But there's some great sounds in here. Again, I'm going to be using these for a lot for Act 1. This is where I use the Cinematic Alpha sounds. They're really great with pad sounds. As you hear, there's also some percussive sounds. There's some great bonus features in there. I really like that staccato string thing that I found in there. So some great, incredible sounds. There's some keys, some piano-like sounds, some pluck sounds. So overall, overall a great sound, and definitely check out the Deus Ex Machina, and also definitely like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, The Sampleist, here on the YouTube for more great videos like this one, and we will see you in the next video. All right, peace.